Hello, New York. It's hot, it's humid, it's the summertime, and Maybelline New York has a new Dream Urban Cover SPF 50 foundation. What? Say it ain't so. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Maryam here. In today's video, I am going to be doing a review of Maybelline's new Dream Urban Cover SPF 50 foundation. It is so humid and so hot today that I will be doing a wear test, obvi, per usual, Team Truth style. So be sure to watch until the end if you want to know that verdict and if you want to see how this foundation wears at the end of the day. Having said all that, I am on to this review. Remember to subscribe if you aren't already. Hit that notification bell so you can see all of my videos. And now, let's get to this review, verdict, and wear test. Maybelline Dream Urban Cover SPF 50 foundation. Here we come. All right, here we go. Here is the full shade range of this foundation, 16 shades in all. I don't believe they are particularly evenly distributed. I think there are far more much lighter shades than there are deeper shades, but with 16, you really don't get a lot of playing room. That's that on the shade range. I'm not gonna be touching on that subject much more. Here are the facts. This is supposedly a full coverage, super saturated foundation with SPF 50. So this is something that would be perfect for the summertime for those of us who need a little bit more coverage than most. Also, this one is antioxidant enriched, so it's got some pollution protection, so perfect for those of you who live in an urban area like New York City. Myself, there's a lot of sunscreen in this one, you guys. I'm not even gonna get into the ingredients because I cannot begin to pronounce them, but SPF 50 is pretty high. I don't know if there's flashback with this. We will find out at the end of the video when I do the wear test. This one retails $11 to $13. I've seen it for $11 at Target. I've seen it for $12.99 at Ulta. So somewhere in that range. Very affordable. So if this is a great product, then this just might be the video you're looking for, and this just might be a steal. Generally speaking, I am a huge fan of Maybelline foundations. I love their foundations, matter of fact. They just might be my favorite drugstore foundations right after L'Oreal, because L'Oreal does have some of my top favorite foundations out there, period. Maybelline comes in very closely. I think they are an authority on foundations. They know what they're doing. Let's do some swatches on my face and let's figure out what shade I actually am. So here I picked out 4 that I believe are in the middle of the spectrum that might fit me, starting with 215 Almond, 220 Natural Beige, 228 Soft Tan, and 310 Sun Beige. All right, observing these very closely, the Almond, although I generally like foundations that are named Almond, this one seems a pinch orangey on me, pinch yellow on the monitor, so that's probably not a good match. Next, I have 220 Natural Beige, which looks pretty decent and blends into my skin rather well. Next, I have Soft Tan, which also looks pretty good. So now I'm perplexed. Which one am I? And then last but not least, the Sun Beige is a little too peachy, although it also is a really close match. So I guess either the 220 or the 228 Soft Tan would work for me. I think maybe Soft Tan on my forehead and maybe Natural Beige on my cheek. Also, I did forget to mention that this one comes in a really convenient squeezy tube, so you can just apply your foundation from the tube, kind of like that. No fuss, no mess. I like this sort of packaging. Also gonna apply a little bit of the 220. You know what? This does feel pretty full coverage. I don't even think I need this much product, and applying it with my fingers, actually rather easy. I don't think I am a soft tan because this is a very saturated type of foundation. Holy crap. So I do believe I will need a lot less product than this. But just for the sake of trying this out with my fingers and for the sake of my thumbnail, let's apply this to 1/2 of my face. Wow, you guys. And yes, I'm usually not this girl, but in this video, I am this girl. The coverage is honestly pretty impressive. It does look and feel very full, although this is a lightweight formula and it doesn't feel as heavy as it looks. For the sake of my thumbnail, I'm gonna remove this side. Thumbnail time. Now I'm gonna remove all this and I'm gonna reapply it with the intent of making it actually actually look good. So let's start from the beginning. Primer first. I'm gonna use Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio primer base. This one is really good. Been using it for a while, and it's one of my favorite drugstore primers. It's actually probably one of the only ones that I use. It definitely does the job. It minimizes pores, it mattifies. It's not super silicone-y and slippery. It has just a bit of grip, and it also perfects your skin and feels very hydrating at the same time. Just gonna pat it into my face, and now I am ready for that natural beige. So knowing how full coverage it is, I am just gonna apply a drop to each section of my face. We already know what it looks and feels like when you spread it with your fingers, so I'm gonna use my beloved IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection number 7 brush for this side of the face, and then for this side of the face, I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender. Okay, that one drop might have been a little too stingy of me, so let's do one more drop for a true full coverage feel. Yeah, here she comes. This is good, you guys. This is very, very promising. Applies beautifully with this brush, and I think the match is actually pretty good. It's pretty decent. Definitely think I need a little bit more on the forehead. Let's add one more drop here. And now for this side of the face, I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender, which is honestly not nearly as effective as the brush, so I'm gonna drop my Beauty Blender. Back to the brush for this one. I don't think this is a true full coverage foundation. Given the fact that I keep on adding drops and I keep on building it up, tells me that this is a true buildable foundation. So one drop will give you sheer to medium coverage, 2 drops will give you medium coverage, and then 3 drops will give you that full coverage that it claims. So keep that in mind. To me, this is not a drawback whatsoever. I far prefer a buildable coverage type of foundation. I think it's a lot easier to work with, and it's a lot more customizable depending on your skin and what you may be going through. Now, if you guys notice, I'm also not seeing any emphasizing of my pores or any clinging to my acne breakouts. So this is a pretty easy formula to work with. I think it blends well. I think it looks really great, but I definitely need one more layer. One more little squirt for the forehead and 2 tiny ones for this side of the face, just to even things out and really make it work, you know? This foundation, 220 natural beige, is definitely lighter than my neck, but it matches my face pretty great. Definitely a pinch on the lighter side. Not what I prefer. I prefer a foundation that's probably in between the 220 and the 228, but maybe I can add some 228, perhaps a little bit to my forehead, maybe a bit to my jawline, just to warm things up a bit. Because in my monitor, this does seem to make me look pinch washed out, which is generally not the look that I like to go for. Oh damn, when you blend out the soft tan, it does actually match a little bit better. Ooh. Okay, so I definitely think I am either in between these 2 shades, or I'm gonna have to try soft tan on its own by building up the color to really tell which one I am. Beer time. But now that I've done that, I actually want to take a picture of myself just to see if this SPF 50 is going to flash back if I take a picture with flash. No flashback in that photo. Let's do another one. All right, that was front-facing camera. Let's try the regular camera. Ooh, that is looking a pinch flashbacky. I'm gonna pop up that picture right here for you guys, and you be the judge. You know what? Not the end of the world. I'm still gonna set my foundation. I'm gonna apply my concealers. I'm gonna do the bronzing and all that stuff, and then I'm gonna take another picture, and I'm really gonna scrutinize this one. I'm gonna use Maybelline's Age Rewind Eraser for the dark circles. This is one of their super duper popular concealers, their version of the Shape Tape. And I gotta say, I do like this product a lot. I'm a big fan. I don't use it as often as I probably should, just because I have no reason to use anything outside of my Tarte Shape Tape. I love that one so much that why should I fix it if it ain't broken? But since we're sticking to Maybelline, I use the Maybelline primer in this video. Gonna use a Maybelline concealer. Generally speaking, products from the same brand are formulated to work best together. They're tested to work better together, so that is what I'm sticking to here. Not gonna use a Maybelline powder though, just because I don't like their powder. I'm gonna use my Lancome Long Time No Shine translucent powder. Why that name, Long Time No Shine? It's not very sophisticated LANCOME. But I guess you're trying to be cute for the gram, ain't ya? All right, I'm gonna set my under eye with this Long Time No Shine. Gonna set around the nose, this super nasty, super creasy little area between the brows, above the brows, center of the forehead, and then kind of just sweep whatever's remaining in this cap everywhere else. I'm gonna apply this Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer that I recently discovered and I am in love. I'm gonna add a hint of warmth to my entire forehead. Such a natural look. Boom. And then Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter in Molten Gold. This one is bombastic, you guys. I've spoken about it so many times in so many different videos. Oh, this is such a great drugstore highlighter. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful glow. A high-end glow. Ooh, ooh, yes. Okay, Maryam, this is not about the highlighter. This is still about Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. I'm just gonna apply the rest of my face, my brows, my lips, my mascara, and we are going to zoom in and we are going to observe that skin. Okay, brows are on, baby lips are on, my baby hairs are also on with my Great Lash Mascara that I've been using forever. Maybelline, send me some more. And now let's zoom in and let's observe this skin. The skin is looking mighty fine, actually, you guys. I really like this foundation at a first glance. I think the finish, the texture of this foundation is really good. It's not emphasizing any acne, any breakouts, any pores. It's laying pretty evenly. It blends really nicely and it feels very lightweight on the skin. Much lighter than SPF 50 normally does. So that I like. However, let's see how it wears and let's cue in some warping music to see what my foundation looks like at the end of the day. You guys, it's so late. I was about to go to bed and wash my face without checking in and without doing the wear test. And then I went to the bathroom, I saw my face and I said to myself, damn girl, you look oily AF. And then it hit me, wear test. Here we are right now. Let's observe this oil slick. I mean, look at me. I am shining and I am not shining type of shining. I am greasy. It's been about what, 7 or 8 hours since I first applied this Maybelline Dream Urban Cover foundation. And this is what it's looking like at this point at almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I would say this is not an oily, skin friendly type of foundation. Looking at myself in the mirror, looking at myself into my iPhone, I am not looking my best. Although the complexion is even and it is definitely one color, the oils are seeping through and it is just super unflattering. Keep that in mind. That is number one. Secondly, although this Dream Urban Cover is set to be a full coverage foundation, I don't believe it is a full coverage foundation. I think it's more of a buildable type of foundation that can go on sheer, medium, as well as full, depending on the amount of layers that you apply, which is not a drawback to me. However, I feel like this was a bit of a clickbaity sort of selling point because a lot of people would probably buy this thinking that it is in fact full coverage, which although it is, you're not gonna get that with just one coat. Thirdly, for $11 to $13, I think this is a pretty decent product. And with SPF 50, with antioxidants that protect you from pollution, I think this is a pretty good product. Although the shades are a little bit questionable, I'm not sure if I'm actually a 220 natural beige, a soft tan 228, or even a sun beige in 310. They're all kind of close. It takes a little bit of practice to actually put them on top of your skin to get an even color that looks appropriate. So you kind of have to play around with them and you really have to find your shade. Like I said, these three are all pretty close, and depending on how much you put on, depending on how saturated you want it to be, you definitely got to play around with some tools, with some brushes, with some beauty blenders, and so forth. I am going to give this product a solid 8 out of 10. Although it's not the friendliest foundation for oily skin, I do think that it's pretty when you first apply it on. As long as you keep some tissues or some blotting papers handy, you will be good to go. Those are my 2 cents. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for sticking to the end to the final verdict, and I will see you guys in my next video. Oh my god, my voice is so deep right now and so cracky because I really need to get to bed. I love you guys. Click on my next video right here, and I will see you soon.